Good stuff to both of them. Daki playing on fire. All right, Scruffy's going to jump off for a bit.
Sorry, I'm so hungry. That looks good.
All right, what's your name, dude?
Just call me Jason. I'm Julius Caesar. Rusty
Right.
Trombone.
Jason?
I have names.
It's Leo. Nice to meet you, man.
Leo. What we got going on here?
So we just had Daki versus Spirit Gun. Fox versus Sheik. Daki played really well. Had really good pressure and neutral. Had really good combos.
Every time I play Daki, I'm always shocked at his punish game. Like, it's not so much like I don't think he can do it, but it's more like, oh, I didn't know you could convert off that type of hit.
Yeah, he's very creative.
Now we got something slower.
Yep. All right, we got Teddy versus I do not know who this puff player is.
What round are we in? Like 2 or 3? Let's assume he's good.
Never.
But he doesn't look like Nisu or V-Node.
He does not. Nor does he look like Django.
No? Maybe if he got a haircut. Nah, still not. I don't know. We'll find out as soon as the overlay changes.
Oh,
Thorne.
it's Thorne. All right, cool. So Teddy is really, really good at this matchup, being the best Peach in a region that has had many, many very good puffs, and being very consistent in his performance with all of them.
I can imagine over time. I'm friends with Peaches like from different regions, and a lot of them complain, but I feel like Teddy has been long since past the complaining stage. He's just like learned, you know? Which obviously top player. But I don't know. People are weird about matchups, and this is one that's like definitely the highest skew, like besides Peach Ices.
So the thing about floaty dittos, right, is that the skew really makes itself apparent when both players are, you know, able to win neutral a lot. When both players are playing neutral well, and then it comes down to who can eke the little matchup advantage and interaction over interaction over interaction to create that skew. And that assumption doesn't really hold at lower levels, where the better player will just be able to win more interactions than his opponent by virtue of being better at neutral.
Right.
So often we see Puff versus Peach, like, it's actually pretty dominant for the Peach when the Peach is playing against a Puff who's worse than it.
No, yeah, just because no matter how bad a matchup is, like, you can't out melee someone who's just like better. Like,
and you especially can't do it in such a low volatility matchup.
Right.
Like,
where like
just, you know,
20 hits to a kill.
If this is Fox versus Puff, then like,
yeah,
you know, Fox, you know, even wins the matchup probably, but we still wouldn't be shocked to see a Puff upset a Fox.
Right.
It's much easier to upset a Fox than it is to upset a top level Peach, even in such a skewed matchup. Nice dash attack.
Yeah, I'd say this is going pretty fast for a Peach Puff match. Both of them are approaching. Nobody's going full Chango yet.
We've almost hit the 2-minute mark, and both players have lost the stock. I guess that is fast for a Puff Peach match, though.
Right?
Oh, nice fair. Yeah, one thing Teddy's really good at in floaty dittos is he's good at calling out when people like to jump, so he can like do those full hop aerials to catch them.
That's I don't know. The better I see people go, it's like the little things they implement about their character that like accentuate the character's strength. It's like everybody knows that Peach is good at walling. It's like Melee 101. But like the small callouts you can make, she can do aggressive options, but still with the strength of walls. Like that forward air, it's just a big hitbox. Like even if it's slow, you do that offensively, there's a chance it'll hit, especially as a read.
And even if it's slow on startup, one of the reasons Peach is able to be an aggressive wall is that she essentially has the ability to, you know, fade back during her aerials or land with very low lag.
I've heard people compare it to like her float similar to like an air dash in a traditional anime fighter in terms of like.
Interesting.
Like, have you ever seen Marvel vs. Capcom 2? Magneto's triangle dash sort of cancels the lag on his aerial, similar to how a Peach float cancels.
Oh, does it? I didn't know that. Okay.
The more you know. Right now, Bladewise, I'd say he's definitely winning more neutral interactions.
Absolutely.
As we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
How good is Thorne?
How good is Thorne? I don't know Thorne very well. I played Thorne once, like maybe 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago at this point. So I really don't have a good sense. I haven't seen him at too many events.
Seems like Teddy's getting a good sense of where he's drifting during his aerials and just placing himself there before. And I think that's 80% in only down smashes.
Yeah, like you'll notice that Thorne has not hit what you might call a perfectly spaced aerial in a while. And while that's partially on him, that's also partially on Teddy. Spacing in neutral is never a one-player game, it's a two-player game.
Right, and it's also how he's timing his defense. Right there, the Puff, if he does like a traditional fair there, Teddy ate it, but he expected the low down fair to like grab or something, and so he down smashed a little bit sooner. And, you know, it's that top player adaptation.
Yeah, those timing and spacing callouts they're really critical to, I think, the highest level of play. Like, I think often when we think about adaptation, we think in terms of the very obvious kind of rock, paper, scissors interactions. Oh, he's shielding a lot, so I should grab more. Oh, he's grabbing a lot, I should stuff him out more, etc. But I think the little nuances in how players time things and space things, the little micro adjustments they make, I think that's a big part of what separates the best players from the not-best players.
Interesting. I'm sorry, I just got a text from Chef Tony. Said that Thorne loses to his DK on Netflix.
Oh, no.
So, I don't know, maybe incoming money match. But, I mean, Thorne, I'd say that was a pretty respectable game one. It just looks less respectable because, like, it's a slower matchup. Like, if a Fox, like, let's say Pen Money was to play Bladewise, and he got Bladewise down to the stock, Bladewise closed it out, you know, respectable game one. Same situation, it's just such a slower matchup. You're just like, man, they just got clapped the entire time.
Yeah. It is interesting how different the volatility of matchups in Melee are. Like, none of them are so high volatility that it makes, you know, Melee a luck-based game or anything, but there's definitely, like, degrees. Like, people upset top Foxes, they don't upset top Peaches.
Right. It comes down to the nature of the characters. It's like sort of what you pick a character for. Fox mains know that they're going to eat a punish every 5 seconds, but, you know, people like to move fast.
Yeah. Who do you main?
I main Fox.
Ah, okay.
And I went 2-2, as evidence.
I dig it.
I have high highs and I have mediocre lows, but the mediocre lows. Enough about me. What's this? Good air dodge. Good. I don't know. Whenever I saw this matchup happen in my home region, I'd see a lot of bear walls, and I don't know if Teddy's doing stuff to like circumvent that, but I'm just seeing a lot less of it. I'm seeing a lot more nairs and forward airs from Thorne.
Yeah, I sometimes get the impression that so one thing I mentioned about the timing and spacing adjustments is that if you call out how a player is timing and spacing a certain move, often lower level players will try to adapt by using different moves instead of using different timings and spacings.
Right.
And so I think against a lot of lower level players, if you figure out their bear strategy, they don't switch to a different bear strategy, they just like start using other attacks, which can often, you know, be worse in a case like, you know, Buff versus Peach.
I feel attacked.
Hey man, I'm attacking myself too. I do this all the time.
Solid up smash. He's been, the way that Thorne has been sort of drifting above shield, like just sort of trying to bait out any sort of anti-air, and hasn't been biting, and then the one time he sort of drifts above expecting to land behind, Bladewise comes out with the up smash. You know? It's like we said, timing differences.
Yeah, landing those up smashes seems so important in this matchup. Like, it's probably not something you're going to get often versus
so many of her moves are just horizontal kill moves, and I feel like that's like one of the only ways besides like a straight up air or something. I mean, what? I think like forward throw might kill at like 180?
Yeah, probably depends on where on stage you are.
I don't know, I'm sure some nerd in chat is going to tell me exactly how much.
You got Nair, Fair, Bear, which are all pretty strong, but like, probably still you need up to like, I'm going to guess like 120%, I don't really know. Definitely lower than what Puff generally needs to kill you, unless Puff is resting, which is one interesting thing. We haven't seen any rest from Thorne, which, you know, that's obviously in large part because Teddy's not getting him easy rests. But Puff can find ways to force Peach into restful scenarios, I think. For example, Bladewise, like, he's doing a lot of safe stuff, but he's not just never avoiding hard commits, right? He's going for some smashes, he's going for some dash attacks, because he does need those commitments to eventually kill Puff. And if Thorne is able to call out one of those commitments with a shield, that's like a free rest, for example. And Peach, like, I think you can even use it when you're behind, because Peach does not have a very good punish on Puff's rest. Unlike, you know, the Fox Puff matchup, where if you use rest with stock behind, you're losing stock yourself.
Right. The reads are definitely not going out in his his Thorne's favor either. I think we've seen him do that exact same walk like 2 feet away from shield option, and just like each time Bladewise has bitten it, but in a different way. And it's that I feel like he's just sticking with it because he's like, oh well, maybe he'll bite it the wrong way this time, you know? It's that I don't know how you say sort of rhythm. He's predicting the rhythm, but he's not getting the right option.
He's predicting the rhythm of what?
Bladewise's like rolls and stuff. He's like for I don't know. I'm putting out stuff that happened like 2 minutes ago at this point. Bladewise,
Like, you're saying he's able to get into his defensive flow a bit?
well, yeah, Bladewise has this is kept the same rhythms each time that Thorne tried to read them, but he just like threw out something different each time, so he wasn't prepared. Even though he sort of knew when something was going to happen, he didn't know what was going to happen.
Right, makes sense.
You know, I'd say that was a resounding 2-0, but like kept that pretty close the entire time. Like you said, it's just a slow matchup.
Yeah, no, good stuff to Thorne. Obviously, great stuff to Teddy. He's really, really good at that matchup. It's certainly not easy for Peach to get really good at that tough matchup.
I say if you play that matchup for 10 years, you earn a win or two. That matchup is